Chapter 81. Move. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Fan did not expect that something big will happen. The system showed something interesting. What made him quite annoyed was only in his status window. Obtained golden spirit root fragment, obtained elixir. Diet pill, obtained golden spirit root shard, obtained immortal boxing technique. Earthen fist. Lin Fan didn't expect that he would get that many drop items. 2 spirit root fragments were dropped at the same time. Master, let's step up our game. Lin Fan pushed Fang Jiuzhen's back. He will lead the way to open the path. Lin Fan just wanted to kill the demons. If he was lucky, he might be able to break into the immortal realm. Okay, but the demons will hide from us. It's almost impossible to encounter the demons if we are not going deep enough. Fang Jiuzhen found himself a bit excited. But he was still worried about encountering a powerful demon. Lin Fan wanted to encounter so many demons earlier there and was very anxious. Damn it, where did the earth demon go? Lin Fan has already encountered so many demons, but he hasn't encountered any ever since that one yet. Master, where are the earth demon? Lin Fan asked. Fang Jiuzhen said, young boy, it seems they are no longer here because of winter. Lin Fan turned his head and looked at Fang Jiuzhen. Because of winter. They could be mating while waiting spring to come. Suddenly, they sensed demonic chi from the earth demon, and the magic chi in the distance formed a vortex, with purple blue thunder crackling here and there. Young boy, let's go. Fang Jiuzhen seemed to think something terrible might be happening. He grabbed Lin Fan's collar and flew toward the exit. Master, what's the matter? Lin Fan didn't know what happened. He also saw a sudden gaze from a distance. He felt there must be from earth demons there. He wanted his master to capture all those demons for him. Master! Lin Fan shouted while looking into the distance. No. Fang Jiuzhen quickly covered Lin Fan's mouth, don't shout. It's very dangerous here. Withdraw, we must quickly withdraw. Lin Fan was clueless about what was going on there. Lin Fan wanted to speak out, but his master's big hands shut his mouth. It seemed the situation was really dangerous over there. He knew that Fang Jiuzhen was not strong enough to protect them. Quickly. Fang Jiuzhen took Lin Fan out of the earth demon plains. He continued to fly towards the distance. Fang Jiuzhen, he could only think of one thing, and that was to return safely to the sect. Okay. Fang Jiuzhen determined that he was already safe, and his hand still covered Lin Fan's mouth. He got cold feet thinking about what just happened. Master, what's going on? How could Master take me away immediately when we saw the demons? Was the demon that strong? For Fang Jiuzhen, that question shattered his pride. Young boy, this is because I worry about you. I can't fight while protecting you. But it's a different story if I'm alone. Lin Fan didn't move and said, Master, after listening to what you said, I actually wanted to cry. Thank you, Master, you really care about me. Lin Fan was crying. But he knew very well. If it weren't for fear, his master wouldn't be like that. It was a pity that his hunt stopped. When he had the chance next time, he will have a good time with the demons. Lin Fan returned to his house after the hunt. Ironically, if Lin Fan stayed in a peaceful environment like Immortal Gate, he couldn't get many cultivations from killing demons. He was desperate to become immortal. It was only after the change in the system that he found, but he couldn't figure it out. Diet pill. Mortal grade medicine, made from dozens of precious herbs, which can serve as food for 7 days. Earthen boxing. Immortal basic boxing, different from orthodox martial arts, has a blood circulation effect. The earthen boxing contains 36 kinds of movements. Fast recovery, gold. The talent of the earth demon. It can recover the injury quickly after suffering an injury. In Lin Fan's point of view, those things were very good. But boxing was nothing special. It was only basic boxing, which was not good. But it was different for fast recovery. He took out the green-toed knife and cut his fingers, and he was bleeding, but soon, he found a miraculous heat enveloped the wound on his finger. The bleeding stopped in the blink of an eye. After watching for a while, he understood that talent was really good, it was worthy of the gold grade, even though he has not reached the immortal level. He suddenly thought of a problem. Some races had unique talents. What would happen in the future if he got them all? Chapter 82. Jealousy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He wondered about his status window in the system. He had both spiritual power and chi. He thought it would not appear at the same time, but looking at the current situation, there was really no connection between those two. Lin Fan activated the chi for the first time. In the blink of an eye, many light spots emerged from his skin and concentrated in his palm. Is this chi? He found that chi seemed to be soft, but it contained a terrifying power. After experiencing it for himself, he fully understood how wide the gap between spiritual power and chi was. He didn't understand it up until the moment. But at that time, he could say that for sure. It was really different, the gap between those two was amazing. Afterward, he sat and began to practice, but he didn't know if he could control it or not. Not long after that, Lin Fan opened his eyes, and exactly as he thought, he couldn't control the chi. Without the spirit root, he couldn't cultivate to be immortal, even if he now had chi, it was useless. But that didn't matter. Lin Fan just had to keep cultivating. Lin Fan came to the courtyard to practice the boxing technique. When he took a stance, all of his energy was to circulate from his feet, then concentrated on his fist. The basic boxing techniques of immortal was not comparable to any mortal martial arts. It could arouse all kinds of wonderful energies between heaven and earth, and the vibration was one of them. Gradually, the blood in Lin Fan's body gradually circulated faster. That was the effect of earthen boxing. It would be beneficial if he kept practicing it. It could pump one's adrenaline for a moment and gave an amazing power. But that was what others needed. When he practiced that boxing technique, he was already destined to be extraordinary. Brother Lin, where are you? At that time, Qin Heng came from a distance. Lin Fan stopped practicing. What's wrong? What's the matter? It's okay, I just worry about you, I heard you just returned, and I asked some disciples. Qin Heng said, but somehow Lin Fan felt something strange with him. Lin Fan looked at Qin Heng and understood what Qin Heng meant. He felt the sour taste of jealousy. Yeah, Master said that I am a genius, I can't help it when he said he wants me to be his disciple. Brother Qin, don't you know, sometimes I don't like too much attention. What do you say? Qin Heng asked. Qin Heng looked indifferent at first, gradually changing to consternation, to hidden envy, jealousy. As Lin Fan's words kept hitting him, his expression completely turned sour. Ha! Brother Qin, you look a bit uncomfortable, are you sick? Lin Fan asked. Qin Heng blinked and felt so sad. He thought that a talented person as himself was the most outstanding disciple in the Immortal Gate. But at that time, he did not expect Master picked Lin Fan instead of him. Although he admitted that Lin Fan was also talented, he had always believed that he was the best. No, I was just thinking about something. Of course, Qin Heng could not say that he was so jealous. Lin Fan patted Qin Heng's shoulder. Okay, chill. I don't care about become stronger. We just need to work hard. Do you think I'm jealous? Qin Heng looked like a rabbit who stepped on his own tail. Brother Lin, I admit that you are very talented, but I am also a very talented person, that was what Master said in person. Just watch me. Qin Heng was so confident. Well, indeed, you are very talented. There was nothing else that Lin Fan could say other than a word of encouragement to Qin Heng. Qin Heng left quickly. O.org Lin Fan could continue his cultivation. Earthen boxing was indeed very good. Lin Fan thought he was already familiar enough with D-gang boxing, but when he practiced in person, it felt different. He didn't care about others' comments. Now he was also a man who had qi, he will be stronger started from that day. Master, are you there? After Qin Heng left Lin Fan, he secretly vowed that he must let his master know who the best disciple was. He wanted to impress his master with his excellent skill. So he went to the kitchen to prepare a lot of pastries for master, those were his specialties. If someone wanted to control a man, one had to attack that man's stomach. Come in. Fang Zhouzhen answered. Qin Heng smiled and walked in with the pastry. After entering the house, he saw master was drinking tea and looked very happy. Master, I prepared some pastries for you. Fang Zhouzhen looked at those pastries and couldn't help but worked up an appetite. Come in. Qin Heng put the cake down happily and saw the master twisting his neck gently, and then immediately massaged Fang Zhouzhen and said, You must be tired, master. I'm looking forward to seeing your growth while you are here. Fang Zhouzhen felt that he really got a talented disciple. The two new disciples were very capable. Qin Heng seemed on fire. Master, where did you go with Lin Fan? I was very curious. Qin Heng asked, and he must ask clearly, knowing himself and knowing each other, he could win 100 battles. He was so envious. I went to the Earth Demon Plains for a walk. Fang Zhouzhen said, lifting his shoulders lightly. It's hard to sit here. It's uncomfortable to sit for too long. It's bad for your health. By the way, I didn't think you would be this talented. A smile appeared on Qin Heng's face. As for exactly where the Earth Demon Plains was, Qin Heng hasn't been there yet, and he wanted to see it, but at that time, it was definitely not the right time to ask, and he had to find an opportunity. Chapter 83. What do you want to do? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Taiwu Sect, Jintian Mountain. That mountain was just a site for Taiwu Sect disciples, and that site was much bigger than Jiutian Sect. The buildings, the vast area, misty clouds. The mountain penetrated the sky as if it was higher than the sky itself. Countless spirit beasts flew around the mountain while crying beautifully. Brother, I have good news. A man dressed in luxurious clothes hurriedly passed the white jade pavement and walked into the building. When he saw his brother closed his eyes and practiced, he knew that was spiritual power cultivation. Even if that man was disturbed, it would be fine because that was mainly just to kill some time. He was an extraordinary Taiwu Sect's disciple, there was an aura flowed when he opened his eyes. What news? One of the disciples asked. Sometimes ago, the tool for detecting the treasure that brother bought at Tianbao Pavilion at a high price finally shows some result, it discovered a spirit vein. That man seemed very excited because of the word spirit vein. At that time, senior disciples spent a huge sum of money on buying a one-time-use treasure spirit detector, he felt very worthless. But he did not expect to find the spirit vein after a year of searching. Although he still didn't know what kind of spirit vein he found, one thing for sure, it was priceless. Yi Zhentian suddenly got up, even if he was a talented person and had status, he was delighted by the matter. What rank is it? Yi Zhentian asked. I don't know yet, but according to the survey, the spirit vein is at least 3 ranks above standard, and perhaps the spirit stone can be condensed inside. Senior, do you want to round up some people to start mining immediately? With this spirit vein, our town net worth will skyrocket immediately. Yi Zhentian said, let's have the disciples mine the spirit stone, our manpower may not be enough, and they also need to practice, we don't have much time, if we sell this spirit vein to an immortal, we can make a lot of money, but at the same time it will also be a huge loss for us. As soon as the disciple turned, he immediately had an idea, Senior, this matter is easy. There are many small sects around Taiwu Sect. We can use their disciples to add manpower, what do you think? With our Taiwu Sect backing us up, those small sects will not dare to be rebellious. It's up to you to deal with this matter. Yi Zhentian quickly calmed down his excitement. He just had to pay attention to those guys who were disciples like him, in case they laid their hands on the spirit vein he got. Senior, rest assured, there will be no problem. That man said. Well, I got this pill from you, the enhancing medicine. You already have the foundation. You can greatly enhance the opportunity to break through your limit with this pill. Yi Zhentian will not be stingy to his men. When that man saw the immortality was just one step ahead, he was so excited. Destiny pill. That medicine was hard to get. Ordinary people couldn't afford to have it at all. Only elders with superb skills level of alchemy who could make it. He has been stuck in the foundation for a long time and never succeeded to break through, mainly because he could only succeed with a 30% chance. But with Destiny Pill, his chance to break through reached 70%. Senior. After a few days. Jiutian sect. Beov Lin Fan stayed in the courtyard, looked up at the sky leisurely, and he has already missed Jiangdu City. He wanted to sing a poem while touching his bald head. He had to find a way, so his master wanted to take him to the demon plains. Even if he encountered the earth demon, he would be at ease while thinking about the item drop. Life was so beautiful. Of course. He knew his master's cultivation was not high. If he encountered a troublesome demon, he would naturally lose, but he did not care about those matters. What he really cared about was item drop. There will be no problem as long as he laid the foundation. At that time, there was a voice from the mountain gate. Feng Jiuzhen, Feng Sihai from Taiwu sect came to discuss something. Feng Sihai arrived at Jiutian's sect a few days later. He thought Jiutian's sect was very weak. But that sect might have something special because that sect could still stand firm after decades. If that sect didn't have anything special, they would have been history at that time. Feng Jiuzhen listened to their story. He didn't even know what the situation was. He didn't know why they came. Taiwu's sect was a monster in the immortal realm. Compared with Jiutian's sect, it was like a grain against dust. They were not in the same league. Even some of the disciples of other sects were more powerful than Feng Jiuzhen. When Feng Jiuzhen reached the entrance, he saw someone stood there, with a gaze that looked down on him, and when that man looked at the disciples around and Feng Jiuzhen who didn't have spirit root and could not cultivate to be immortals, that man could not help but showing contempt. It was just a bunch of scum. Taiwu sect, Feng Sihai, don't just stand there, please come with me. Feng Jiuzhen said hurriedly. His greatest fear was his disciples will embarrass him. How could Jiutian sect clash with Taiwu sect? When they come there, it always had something to do with the disciples. At the distance, Lin Fan stood there. He looked at the people who came to him, and their cultivation stage was like him, and their qi was relatively strong. But looking at the attitude of the master, those people seemed to be a big shot. No, to make it short, my brother Yi Zhentian needed a group of people to produce rocks, and now he urgently needs manpower. I want to borrow some disciples from your sect. Feng Jiuzhen, you didn't have a problem with it, did you? Feng Sihai said. This. Feng Jiuzhen looked embarrassed. Brother Feng, I think Taiwu sect's disciples alone is enough, and Jiutian's sect has a limited number of the disciple. He. Feng Sihai smiled and said, why? Are you going to refuse? Do you think we don't know that every time we attend the assessment site, you would bring back some mortals that our Taiwu sect doesn't approve? It is an honor for them to do something for my brother now. I'll say it here. It's your business whether you come or not. As for the consequences, it depends on whether you can bear it or not. When the people from Taiwu sect left, they looked at the disciples who were like ants in their eyes while showing a slight smile. The disciples around watched those guys left. But those disciples had already stayed at Jiutian's sect for so long, so they got accustomed to that kind of treatment. Stop, how come you talk like that to my master? You must apologize. He didn't know when Qin Heng jumped out. Feng Zhozhen was really embarrassed, but when he saw Qin Heng jumped out, he was no longer embarrassed. Instead, "My God, what are you doing?" he thought. Chapter 84. Thank you for beating me up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Feng Zhozhen knew that Taiwu's sect was not an opponent to mess with. But Taiwu's sect asked him to send his disciples to dig the rocks. He knew that was an excuse, maybe to dig the spirit, but it would not be fair to the disciples, and they will never have a good life. How many people could come back alive from that? He finally found those disciples. That was not easy. How could he let them die in vain? But Qin Heng has already stood up and asked Taiwu's sect to apologize bluntly. Wasn't that looking for death? Did Qin Heng know what Taiwu's sect was? Did he know that Taiwu's sect will kill him? Would he dare to kill the disciples of Taiwu's sect? If he did so, the troubles would be endless, and the entire disciples will bury him alive. Please respect others. Qin Heng was so pure that sometimes he looked so stupid, he couldn't read the situation. Based on Qin Heng's age and appearance, which looked so stupid, that man knew Qin Heng was really an idiot. Nothing was surprising at all. Lin Fan was worried because of his master's cultivation stage. People from Taiwu's sect didn't expect a little brat from small sect dared to speak to them like that. The killing intent spread in the air. And it was getting worse and worse. The disciples felt their hands and feet were cold as if they were in an ice cellar. They were just martial artists among the mortals. How could they fight back when facing someone with huge qi? Qin Heng didn't know what happened. He has never seen how terrifying the power inside those guys. Qin Heng was very nervous when he saw the guy from Taiwu's sect. When he was about to say something, he felt the wind blowing in his ear. He turned around. A shadow suddenly approached him. Boom! Lin Fan kicked Qin Heng directly to the ground. You idiot, if you have a brain, you won't act like this. Lin Fan beat Qin Heng without a chance to speak. Even if he opened his mouth, he would soon be silenced by Lin Fan's fist. If you try to get up, you will be beaten up again. Lin Fan punched Qin Heng, and he was thrown into the air and flew into the distant woods. Sorry, he has some problems with his head, he can't talk properly, and I hope masters will spare him. Lin Fan said that and clenched his fists. After hearing Lin Fan's words and seeing such situations, the killing intent was not as strong as before. You are a clever one, but every mortal who wants to pursue the path of immortal must refrain from being too self-confident. Feng Zhozhen, you are a useless one. Finding a bunch of mortals without the spirit root to be a disciple, what is in your head when you're doing it? Take my advice. You might as well disband your Jyotian sect soon. The atmosphere was ridiculously tense. Even if he said it was unpleasant, Jyotian's sect was an insignificant little sect in the immortal realm, which was nothing compared to Taiwu's sect. Lin Fan's cultivation base was not as high as Feng Zhozhen. I have nothing more to say to you mortals. He looked at Feng Zhozhen and said, my business here is done. You will understand it yourself, and then decide whether to obey my brother's order or not. Lin Fan was smiling. When that person turned around and left, his smile gradually faded, and his eyes narrowed slightly. It seemed that the situation was much more complicated than he thought. But Lin Fan was a bit arrogant. He also deliberately beat Qin Heng. If he did not beat Qin Heng, that man from Taiwu's sect would likely kill everyone on the spot. An immortal and a martial artist. Qin Heng will be beheaded, no doubt about it. He knew that Zhang Zhozhen would not sit idly by, so he will prevent that from happening, then the problem will come to an end, but when he returned to Taiwu's sect, he will certainly tell his brother about what happened. The situation did not look good at that time. After the people from Taiwu's sect left, an angry voice came from the distant woods. Lin Fan, I never mess with you, but you suddenly beat me, so I will fight you here and now. Qin Heng was beaten a bit miserably, and his nose and face were swollen, and he didn't know what to do. He was beaten in the blink of an eye. "Hey, are you stupid?" What Lin Fan could say, as he said, at least Qin Heng didn't have to die, it was purely by luck. "Stop!" Fang Jiuzhen screamed, his voice was like thunder, exploded in Qin Heng's ears. If he didn't cover his ear with his hand, he would bleed to death. "Master, he beat me." Qin Heng almost cried, he was already beaten to a pulp. Everyone in Jyotian's sect was martial artists, but there was no guarantee they might be able to win. Especially if they fought head-on. Lin Fan looked at Qin Heng, "I was just saving you. Otherwise, you will die. You should thank me instead." "Oh." Qin Heng felt Lin Fan just tricked him. "You are so shameless, you beat me up like this, and I must thank you. There is no reason for me to do that." "Master, please tell him the fact." Fang Jiuzhen said, "You really have to thank him. If Lin Fan didn't beat you up, then things might get complicated." Tch. Qin Heng felt his master also wanted to trick him. "It was me who was beaten. Why don't you guys stand on my side?" Qin Heng thought. "You said I was stupid. That guy was just a disciple of Taiwu's sect. You are too soft, you didn't have balls." Qin Heng said. "If I didn't beat you before that man, he will surely kill you. And they will pressure our sect until we are forced to disband." Lin Fan said. "Do you understand?" Lin Fan said, even if Qin Heng didn't want to understand, but Lin Fan has already said so straightforwardly, he should understand some of those words. Qin Heng was stunned, thinking about that matter, and then looked at his master, and found that his master nodded, and he felt cold in his heart. "No way. Just now, I caused such big trouble." Quickly Qin Heng understood, immediately grabbed Lin Fan's hand and sincerely said, "Brother Lin, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you, thinking that you are jealous, and now I realize that you are helping me. Thank you so much. I must remember this moment in my heart." Lin Fan waved his hand, he didn't pay attention to it, and he said, "It's okay, learn from today's lesson." Qin Heng should remember the lesson he got that day. He will be the first person in the bounty list. Not killing him made them unhappy. Chapter 85. Heaven and Earth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Inside the building. "Master, what should I do now?" Lin Fan asked. Taiwu's sect's power was widely known, and it was not an ordinary small sect. Lin Fan has already heard what that man said before. Could Fang Jiuzhen handle that? He couldn't be panic in front of his disciples. "Relax, I have a friend in Taiwu's sect. I will go for the time being and have a talk with him." Fang Jiuzhen was about to go to Taiwu's sect and settle that matter. If Fang Jiuzhen couldn't give good reasoning, he will be an enemy of Taiwu's sect. Lin Fan knew that Fang Jiuzhen was pretending to be calm, and maybe he was more worried than anyone else, but as a master, he had to solve the problem on his own. Later, Fang Jiuzhen left the sect in a hurry. He couldn't let his disciples die or ran away because of that problem because it was not easy for him to recruit new disciples. Lin Fan wondered in his room, he had the opportunity to become stronger. He couldn't sit still. If that guy from before was not part of Taiwu's sect, Lin Fan would have killed him, which could make Lin Fan stronger. After confirming Fang Jiuzhen has already left, Lin Fan also left the sect. He had to work hard to improve his cultivation. He swore to heaven that he would stand on the front line next time. Mountain entrance. "Where are you going?" the disciple who was guarding the gate asked. "I just want to get some fresh air, please rest assured. I won't go too far. I'm just gonna take a look at the surrounding scenery." Lin Fan smiled, gave an impression as if he was really like going out just for a while. The gatekeeper told him, "Then you must be careful, and you must not go too far. If you are too far away from our sect, you may not be able to return." Lin Fan nodded and then walked down the mountain. When the gatekeeper could not see him, he suddenly increased his speed and instantly turned into a flash of light dashing forward. His current practice was just to build a foundation and increased his chi. The surrounding trees were waning at a fast rate. As long as I am careful on the demon plains, nothing bad will happen. All beginnings were supposed to be hard. But that was what matters the most. Gradually, his speed was getting faster and faster, and he was getting farther and farther away from Jyotian sect. After a while, he could saw the demon plains. When he came with his master before, he didn't feel that it was so cold. The cold was pierced through his bone. An average person won't be able to resist it. But Lin Fan's chi was more than enough to resist those cold. He didn't feel any danger in the surrounding environment. Although Quicken was a pseudo-bronze level, it was very useful. There was a small cave in front of him, his body moved in an instant, and he entered into the demon plains. The magical energy filled in the air suddenly enveloped him. If he didn't have chi, it would affect his spirit directly. He will be driven crazy. But as long as he had chi, he could avoid that situation. Lin Fan hid in a crack and quietly stretched his head to observe the surroundings. It was quiet, and there was no trace of the earth demons. With his current strength, Lin Fan shouldn't have a problem in dealing with some small demons. Lin Fan was at ease when his master led him to that place. But it was different this time. He must rely on himself. After confirming there was no earth demon around, he immediately came out of the crack and quickly ran into the distance, while looking at the surroundings. Lin Fan sensed something dangerous was coming close, he quickly hid in a crack. It was really suffocating. Suddenly, there was strong magical energy in the distance condensed and floated through the air. In the strong magical energy, purple and black thunder flickered in eerie terror. What the hell? Lin Fan was shocked. He began to walk carefully. And when Lin Fan turned his head, he saw a golden ray of light breaking through the sky and chasing directly behind the magical energy. Immediately, an angry voice echoed in that light, "Don't try to escape." Lin Fan understood that was dangerous, he was safe to hide there. There was always a voice in his mind that told him he would be stronger, but only if he dared to take a risk. Although he was curious about what happened, he was thinking about his own safety. It was better if he didn't act too recklessly. After hiding in the crack for a while, he was confirmed that there should be no threat any longer. He immediately came out and quickly ran. Lin Fan was upset because when he went with his master before, he could encounter the earth demon easily, but when he went alone, he couldn't see them anywhere. Lin Fan was having a headache at that time while praying to gods that he could encounter the earth demon. Suddenly, there was a movement from a distance, which made Lin Fan felt so happy. Run faster. There are too many of these damn immortal disciples. Let's hurry and call for help. Damn, these guys have killed so many of our brothers. Lin Fan hid and looked at it. It turned out that two demons were running away to the distance. They seemed injured. Chapter 86. Retreat. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Earth Demon. Reshape Dantian. Possible item drop. Golden Spirit Root, Wood Spirit Root, 250 years worth of cultivation, quick recovery. Earth Demon. Reshape Sight. Possible item drop. Earth Spirit Root, 300 years of cultivation, spirit sense of smell, damaged treasure map, diet pill. Nothing was outstanding about those two demons, they didn't even have chi. But those were not important. When he saw the earth demon, he knew that God didn't abandon him, God still gave him a chance. All he needed to do was working hard, and he will succeed. Those two demons ran away in panic. They were frightened by some disciples. When those disciples saw the demons, their eyes glowed like saying that their mission was finally completed. Lin Fan hid in the dark while watching them. When those two demons passed by, he followed behind like a tiger, and he swung the green-toed sword so fast, aiming at those two demons. "Who's there?" The other earth demon suddenly panicked. The demon smelled the living creatures drifting around, but he knew he couldn't escape. When he saw another disciple was intercepting them, he roared angrily and rushed towards Lin Fan, disciple of Immortal. "I will eat you." The earth demon opened his mouth, and his sharp teeth bit the back of Lin Fan's sword. Thanks to that, his teeth shattered into pieces and fell to the ground. "What? It hurts." The demon wanted to cover his mouth and almost cried because 2 rows of his beautiful teeth were gone. Lin Fan kicked the earth demon to the ground, and the green-toed sword was lying across the demon's neck. Lin Fan was forcing the demon to answer him. "Say, how many disciples did you see? And which sect were they affiliated with? Damn, just kill me instead." The demon roared. He was not afraid of death. Thump. Lin Fan swung his arm, and the green-toed sword cut through the demon's neck, and blood flowed down. Demon's expression changed, and then he whispered when he was dying, "It shouldn't be like this. At least threaten me first." Obtained golden spirit root fragment. Obtained 300 years worth of cultivation. Useless. Lin Fan searched the earth demon, then he found a broken treasure map and Pigu pill. That demon barely dropped anything useful. But the cultivation was not bad. Lin Fan was reaching 487 years of cultivation. He wanted to test his new strength and shocked everyone. He needed to work harder than anyone because there was no shortcut. Hunting on the demon plains was indeed hard work. Lin Fan hoped that he could find some fragments again and begging the system to increase the drop rate in the future. Lin Fan was cautiously looking for the earth demons in the demon's plane. He did not know how long it has been. He saw a flash of light in the distance, and a Tai Chi pattern appeared in the sky. The light was shining brightly, dispelling all the magical energy around. Is it because the demon just said that a disciple came in, and now there is a fight there? Lin Fan pondered for a moment and then decided to go to see what happened. Maybe he did not encounter demon because of those disciples, drawing all the demon's attention. He was thinking carefully. It made sense. Soon, he sneakily arrived nearby the battleground, hiding behind a boulder while looking at the vast scene. He was sure those guys would kill him if he showed up, even though he just wanted to say hello. There were so many disciples. It was estimated that there were at least 20 people. The Tai Chi pattern was right above their heads. A light curtain descended from the sky to cover them. At the same time, many earth demons were also covered by this Tai Chi pattern. The earth demon in the Tai Chi magic circle was suppressed and unable to exert all their strength. They were at a disadvantage. It hurts. Every time Lin Fan saw the earth demon being slashed to death by those disciples, he felt pain just like the pain of being in love. Then the important person disappeared from his eyes. But the point was, he couldn't do anything at that moment. He could only watch his cultivation being snatched away by those guys. Lin Fan was thinking so hard to find a way. Suddenly. Lin Fan's brain suddenly flashed, there was a way. Then he looked at those disciples in the distance, and it was easy to say that the strongest in that group was not much stronger than him. After drawing the green-toed sword, Lin Fan began to move. Not bad. Lin Fan was very satisfied with the current situation. At first glance, he looked like a person who had many experiences. He sprinted and then shouted in panic, "Dear brothers and sisters, run. There are thousands of demons chasing behind me, run." My senior hunted the demon in the mountain, and one of the demon's leaders escaped. Lin Fan shouted. Those disciples were shocked and they heard that. What a joke. If there were thousands of earth demons, then they will absolutely die. But who was that guy just now? Was he a martial artist? The earth demons in the Tai Chi light heard that and immediately shouted, "Our thousands of brothers are coming to stop them." After the demon said that, those disciples were stunned. Were there thousands of demons? So it means that guy who was run so fast just now was saying the truth. Withdraw, withdraw quickly. The disciples who were in the Tai Chi light believed that there were thousands of earth demons in the distance. Unexpectedly, they were the ones who fell into the demon's trap, they thought. Chapter 87. It has nothing to do with me. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Kill. Kill these immortals' disciples. Our thousands of brothers are on their way. The earth demons became brave and powerful so sudden. At first, they were suppressed and beaten by those disciples, but at that time everything had changed when those disciples heard that those demons still had thousands of brothers. They ran as fast as they could. And suddenly, the earth demons were the one doing the chasing. Lin Fan ran quickly and then found a place to hide and watched the scene. What was happening at that time made him very happy. Those disciples were not stupid, regardless of whether the info was true or not, they had to run first. The earth demons believed their thousands of brethren would be coming, raising their morale as a result. Suddenly, Lin Fan realized that the earth demons were getting carried away because the demons thought that they could kill those disciples easily. Those disciples rushed to the exit route. As for what happened later, it was not under their control. On the ground, those disciples breathed a sigh of relief. A disciple stroked his chest and said, "You got to be kidding me. We will die in that place if we face thousands of them. We are clearly on edge, how can there be so many earth demon?" At that time, those disciples chatted with each other. They all came to train in the earth demon plains and to raise their cultivation. They came in a team, but they did not expect to encounter thousands of earth demon. Fortunately, someone was kind enough to warn them so they could flee. When their senior left, that senior used his magical powers and set up a tremendous magic circle. As long as they were in the magic circle, they could restore a lot of chi and stamina. Suddenly, they were talking about the previous event. Who knows the disciple that warned us earlier? The disciples who were talking looked at each other with a puzzled expression. Don't you know? I don't know, I thought you know. Then, who is he? I don't know. I thought you knew each other. Immediately. We're not going to be fooled by anyone. That's a lie. Someone is fooling around with us. All of them realized what really happened. Go, let's kill him, find that guy and beat him hard. Don't just run around in a panic, we don't know which path we came from before. What should I do if I encounter a dangerous demon? The disciples became silent again when they heard that, and it made sense, without the protection of the large magic circle, who could save them if they were in danger? At that time, the earth demons were also waiting for the arrival of thousands of their brethren, but they didn't see anything. Lin Fan was hiding in a small cave, staring at those earth demons who were confused with glittering eyes. He was wondering what will he get after he killed all of those demons excitedly. Where are our thousands of brothers? Asked one of the demons. I don't know, maybe they're lost. I want to join thousands of our brothers to kill all the disciples. They are lucky that they managed to escape. The earth demons' mindset was very simple. They never doubted the existence of the thousands the brothers that Lin Fan said earlier, they just thought that their brothers were lost. It didn't take too long. The earth demons walked towards the distance, and Lin Fan followed carefully, looking for opportunities to kill them. It was best to stab them one by one while following them. After a while, in the sky, a golden ray of a magic circle could be seen from afar. There was a man in the golden light. He looked handsome and had an extraordinary aura. The earth demon ran so fast, the magic weapon can't chase them. Immediately, when he came to the place where those disciples from before stayed, he found that only the Tai Chi magic circle glowed in the sky. What? That man was shocked when he saw many weapons scattered on the ground, his expression changed, and he thought his brothers and sisters were all killed. Impossible. The Tai Chi magic circle he cast had a protective effect against the earth demons, and at the same time, it could ensure that his younger brothers and sisters were restoring their stamina and chi in the magic circle. Later, he found the footprints on the ground everywhere, and some ideas appeared in his mind. He thought his younger brothers and sisters were panicked and fled in all directions. That was to say, the demons attacked, and his younger brothers and sisters were unable to defend the enemy in the huge numbers. He wanted to go back and report to the sect. But he changed his mind. If he reported it, he would be questioned and punished. How could he say that he wanted to get a magic weapon from the earth demon, so he chased it out, and he didn't care about his brothers and sisters? When he thought of the punishment, his hands and feet were cold. That's right. I do not know anything. I have never been here. I haven't seen the earth demon, and what happened to my younger brothers and sisters has nothing to do with me. He quickly fled away into the distance while planning his reasoning. Chapter 88. A bit happy like that you are listening at novelfull.audio. Night has come. Lin Fan has been following that group of earth demons for a while, waiting for a chance to kill them all. I didn't expect these earth demons to have their own dwellings. It's really smart enough. He stared at them regretfully, where the lights were so bright, and the earth demons lit a bonfire and gathered around to chat there. What happened to them during the day was a normal thing for them, so they were barely fazed about that. Lin Fan was hiding and kept waiting. Daytime. Lin Fan didn't find a chance to attack them. Those demons kept chatting all night long, none of them was ever isolated like taking a pee for example. Lin Fan looked at 4 demons who seemed to be the strongest within that group, and he could defeat them in one-on-one battle, but he might lose if he fought them at once. He still waited but slowly felt a bit impatient. Lin Fan was ready to take risks. He only had one chance. According to immortal record, the earth demons were violent creatures. He was ready to try a new trick. Although that trick may not be successful, he will take the risk. At the campfire, the earth demons still talked to each other. The topic was all about them. Suddenly, one of the earth demons chatted cheerfully with the earth demons around him. When his gaze turned around, he suddenly found something swaying in the grass in the distance. The demon took a closer look, and it seemed like a bear. Lin Fan lowered his head, swaying up and down with his killing intent. It's so tempting. The earth demon didn't know what or who was that. What are you doing? Asked the demons around him. It's nothing. That demon answered his companion. He didn't want to tell his companion what he found. That was shameful, but as long as he could attract the earth demon's attention, that was fine. For the sake of his pride, he must kill all those demons. Suddenly, Lin Fan knew that demon came towards him, then he squatted because he suddenly disappeared. The earth demon was curious. That made the demon felt impatient and moved faster. Then Lin Fan could not wait to kill them all. Suddenly, the earth demon saw a bald-headed guy looked at him fiercely. Just as the demon was about to shout, Lin Fan came from the sky and cut his neck directly. Brother, you help me a lot. You will be part of me as my cultivation. Killing that demon made Lin Fan happier. Obtained talent. The sense of life, what a stroke of luck. It was not too bad. 19 demons left. That number was huge, and he must take it slowly. The other demon who has just talked to the demon from before was bored. Then he searched for the demon that Lin Fan killed. He thought his companion was taking a pee. What took you so long? It's just pee. Another one. Lin Fan was shocked. He felt that the demon came closer and walked slowly towards him, and he heard a voice. Just come out already, are you not done yet? Suddenly, the earth demon was shocked when he found his companion's pants, and he thought it was an enemy attack. When he looked to the ground, he saw the black oily trousers, his heart trembled, and then when he looked up, he found the trees shook as if something had happened. Hey. The demon smiled awkwardly, are you having fun? Let me take a look at what beast you have caught. Then Lin Fan saw that the demon stretched out his sinful hands towards the trees. Great! Lin Fan was shocked. He didn't expect it to be so easy, and he always felt that the earth demons were unbelievably stupid. Lin Fan didn't get anything for a whole night, and suddenly things took an interesting turn. How could he miss this? But when the demon saw what it found was not its comrades. That demon just wanted to ask who was there, but suddenly a sword struck his head. Thump. Quietly. Lin Fan quietly dragged the corpse into the grass. Not too bad. Another silly demon was killed by him. Chapter 89. Let's see if I can kill you. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 89. Let's see if I can kill you. 4 earth demons sat near the bonfire. Those demons regarded the disciples as an experimental subject. And they also needed to collect the panacea from those disciples. Suddenly. Did you smell something weird? The demon asked. The other 3 were surprised. No. Those 3 earth demons were weaker than that one, and they were less sensitive to odor. The earth demon pondered for a moment and then got up to find the source of that faint odor. That smell was somewhat familiar, but because it was too far away, the smell was really faint. Lin Fan squatted and watched the demons quietly. The 2 corpses were lying behind him. What's with that earth demon? It seems God has helped me to choose the next target. Lin Fan stared at the earth demon from a distance. But he was a bit hesitant when he saw those demons. The earth demon was a bit stronger. If Lin Fan couldn't kill it in one swoop, he may attract more demons. At that time, he found one of the earth demons acted a bit strange when he saw those demons lying down leisurely near the bonfire. Suddenly, the earth demon who had the talent sense of creatures looked at Lin Fan's hiding place. Before Lin Fan had a chance to get away, the earth demon roared, and the rest of the earth demons looked at Lin Fan's hiding place. Shit! He found me. Lin Fan realized fighting against all those demons will prove troublesome. He had to withdraw. Lin Fan moved from his hiding place, then he threw the 2 corpses towards those demons and shouted, "Have fun with those corpses." He ran into the distance. He was afraid that he would die there. Since he was busted, he should run away. The earth demon looked down at the 2 corpses, then he roared angrily, and then chased Lin Fan. Lin Fan forgot that the earth demon had a talent to track his smell. If that earth demon pretended to not know Lin Fan was hiding there and ambushed him from his blind spot, Lin Fan would have been history. Obviously, the group of earth demons chased Lin Fan in response. The 4 earth demons' leaders were the fastest among them, blowing away everything in their path. Lin Fan looked back, and he felt quite helpless. Those 4 earth demons caught up to him. Can you stop chasing me? It's just misunderstanding. I don't bear any evil intention. Lin Fan shouted. Well, Lin Fan killed their 2 brothers. He said it was a misunderstanding. What a joke. Damn immortal disciple. The earth demon was mentally unstable. His anger hit the roof when he heard Lin Fan's words. That demon was also angry about how the immortal disciple came and go and killed the demons as they please. Lin Fan was considering various things while running away. If he must fight those demons, one of them had higher chi than Lin Fan. So it was quite troublesome. Earth demon. Foundation immortal. Possible item drop. Golden spirit root, water spirit root, sense of creatures, quick recovery, 80 chi, pure sun pill, demon insects vest armor, magic sword. That was the best item drop from the earth demon that Lin Fan has ever encountered. If he could kill it, he could obtain a bunch of useful stuff. But how big was the odds? That problem puzzled Lin Fan. Lin Fan thought he would encounter that kind of situation in the future anyway, so he must brace himself to fight those demons and obtain the items. And if it did not go smoothly, he will still be able to run away. After chasing Lin Fan for a while, those demons saw Lin Fan stopped running away, and they were very curious about what was the meaning behind that. Be careful, that disciple is very dangerous. He must have some tricks up his sleeve, said the strongest earth demon. He felt that he was doing the right analysis because Lin Fan has been running away but suddenly stopped. Was there any unknown strategy? I'll twist this guy's head. The other demon could not help but stepped forward, but he was stopped by the strongest demon. Don't act carelessly, let's see what he's up to first. Lin Fan took a deep breath and was ready to fight, but he didn't expect that the earth demon didn't attack him at once. Everyone took a break for a while. Afterward, Lin Fan held the green toad sword, pointed at the strongest earth demon in front of him, and shouted, "Come on, you four will fight me at once, let's see if you're worth my time." The other three demons were quite intolerable. But the strongest earth demon stopped them, and the more they thought, the more cautious they were. Lin Fan was analyzing today's situation. How to fight in the best strategy he could come up with. Those three earth demons naturally were not a threat to him. The only threat was the one with 80 chi. The battle with that one will likely be a close battle. Chapter 90. Mutated. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Nobody even moved a muscle. The earth demon was worried about a trap, while Lin Fan was not sure whether he could fight four of them at once or not. Those earth demons were getting hasty. If they didn't accept Lin Fan's challenge, they would be embarrassed. "Boss, what are you waiting for? Standing around like this won't settle anything." Some demons were quite impatient. They thought there was nothing special about Lin Fan anyway, but the leader was just cautious. The earth demon's leader discovered that the green toad sword in Lin Fan's hand was a magic weapon, and his eyes glittered with greed. If he got that magic weapon, he would be even more respected by the earth demons. That leader wanted to be the leader of hundreds of earth demons. Therefore, he must obtain that magic weapon at all costs. Otherwise, everything will end in vain. Lin Fan was wondering what that group of earth demons was a thing because they didn't move even for an inch. Was it because they weren't confident enough? Or were they waiting for the backup troops to come? Lin Fan had reached 50 chi and nearly 500 years worth of cultivation. He had many kinds of talents and martial arts. The outcome of the battle was not clear just yet, but he was confident with his capability. Not to mention, it was not too late to run. Suddenly, Lin Fan started to move. He cast one of the sword's techniques based on chi. The twin sun. Suddenly, the green toad sword was shining bright, the flame rose into the sky, and the hot waves exploded. Lin Fan was quite surprised. He did not expect the Liang sword technique will have such an effect. He slashed the sword towards the earth demon, then the leader roared and swung his sword enhanced with chi. "That magic weapon is wasted on you, let me have it instead," the earth demon's leader said greedily. Those two clashed fiercely. The green toad sword was a magic weapon, so clashing against a normal sword was not a problem. However, the magical power of that earth demon's leader was too powerful, and it was hard to fight against chi. Those three earth demons were also extremely greedy. They wanted to have the green toad sword in Lin Fan's hand too. How shameless. I will prove that I'm more suited to wield this sword. Lin Fan attempted to attack those three demons, but the earth demon's leader wouldn't give him a chance. It seemed that if he wanted to kill those three demons, he must kill the leader first. However, it was too difficult to kill that earth demon's leader with his current sword technique level. He sheathed the green toad sword and switched to his fist instead. That boxing technique was the basic boxing of immortals, but in any case, it was also a boxing technique with infinite possibilities. Once Lin Fan could draw its full potential, it might provide all kinds of magical effects. Suddenly, when Lin Fan performed the boxing technique, He felt that his fist was draining the power of the Earth Demon, and the Earth Demon felt it. You really are a despicable immortal. You come all the way to Earth Demon Plains just to trouble us every fucking time, damn it. The Earth Demon saw Lin Fan's boxing technique was superb, so he thought Lin Fan was one of the immortals. Only the immortals could understand the essence of earthen boxing. Boom. Boom. Lin Fan threw a punch to the Earth Demon, but he found that the Earth Demon's defense was really solid. Suddenly, the Earth Demon's body seemed to have some problem, as if there was something fused into his body, and at that time, it seemed like he was being controlled by external forces. Lin Fan discovered that the Earth Demon had an inner armor, and from the looks of it, that demon's inner armor could no longer withstand any excessive attack. It looked like a tortoise. Lin Fan threw one punch after another to shatter the Earth Demon's inner armor. Damn, human. The Earth Demon was furious, and the sword in his hand was shining, and at the same time, an extremely dangerous aura was coming from him. Breaking Sound Magic Sword. In an instant, the Earth Demon's explosive chi burned out, and he instantly disappeared. Lin Fan sensed that was dangerous, that was the first time he fought someone with chi, and he was quite nervous, especially since the said Earth Demon suddenly disappeared from his sight. What kind of sword technique was that Breaking Sound Magic Sword? Suddenly, he felt something was moving on the ground. Lin Fan jumped back instinctively, and in an instant, the Earth Demon appeared in front of him, and at the same time, slashed his sword toward his throat. Eat this. The Earth Demon slashed his sword with the sound-breaking magic sword. Its speed was so fast that it should have killed the opponent. Lin Fan felt chill around his neck. Although Lin Fan avoided it, the sword still cut his skin. Die, you human. Lin Fan found the magical power of the Earth Demon was stagnating for a moment. Seizing that opportunity, he reached the green toad sword in his waist. Suddenly, Lin Fan cut the demon's neck easily, because a magic weapon was containing chi and cutting the Earth Demon's skin was like cutting tofu for it. How is this possible? The Earth Demon covered his neck and looked at Lin Fan in disbelief. He did not expect that was his end. Even Lin Fan knew that the Earth Demon had a terrifying technique. If it weren't for the demon's magical power stagnation, he would have been the one lying on the ground. Right after the Earth Demon cast the Breaking Sound Magic Sword, his chi stagnated. Lin Fan, who didn't overlook that opportunity, ended up winning. Lin Fan hoped the Earth Demon dropped chi. But there was also a complete spirit root. That was the first time he has encountered a demon with a complete spirit root. Maybe that was a mutation. Run. Run quickly. The other three demons looked at the scene in horror. Because their leader just died.